Right everyone, here we are at fabulous Southfield, the home of angling. Look at that. Weather forecasters, honestly it must be the easiest job in the world. 15 mile an hour wind and it's going to die in afternoon, although to be fair they didn't say which afternoon. It's unbelievable. It must be 40 mile an hour this, blowing straight at us like other day. I reckon I could do their job. It's going to rain, it's going to be windy, and not a lot of sunshine. I reckon it's dead easy. Anyway, today this is the Spring League at Southfield, and it's a match I really look forward to every year. It's a cracking event. It's one I've won in the past, and I've been close a couple of other times. So it's over 6 matches, best 5 to count I do believe, and you've got winning sections basically. And my little section is, I've drawn 27. You can see it there, look. So you're going to say, oh, you were near the other day. Well, I was over 26, so a peg below. And there you can see the first ramp, and you can actually get up and down it now. It's all drying out now, look, as you can see. You can see it's all drying out. So there is swearing, look, best window cleaner in Barnsley. If you ever want your windows done, there's your man. He can clean windows. It's about the only thing I can do, somebody shouted from down there. So anyway, next to my good friend today, Howard Cuts. We've been friends a long time, and we normally have a giggle, me and him, and we talk about music and everything. So anyway, so we're on 27. Am I disappointed? Well, I'd like to be in the woods where usual bandits are. In fact, when I heard next to Howard Cuts, my first thing was, I must be in woods, because there's all the sick woods. First time he's not drawn there, I've drawn at Sidering. But anyway, AT's on, don't mess with Alan. He's on peg 10, so wind blowing in there, he's gonna not be far out, I reckon. And he's on a bit of a run at the moment and all, which he keeps reminding me about. So anyway, talk about my peg. Well, this wind is really strong, so I've set up a bit different rod today for it. I've put a power rod up, which I'll show you in a minute. But you can see how we set up. Look at the lovely kit in it. We're doing well now. Look, the ground bait mix, I'm using it what I used on Wednesday. I caught some fish on it, perhaps not enough, but I was happy enough with it. So same mix I've used last 2 years. So there's no point changing it until we start having disasters. I hope you can hear me, by the way. You can see that everything's set up nice. You can see my worm holder, landing net holder. And you can see I've set right to me left this today. I don't want to face the wind. It's too windy. It's a cold wind and I'll be frozen. So I've done it that way. By the way, you might be asking, where's Ben? Why you brought Ben? Well, I haven't brought him. He's got Monk on with me. He won't be talking to me when I get home, because in the woods you've got to go out on platforms, and he's a nightmare. He won't, because he can't get at me. So and I can't see him in woods so much, so I don't bring him when I go on these spring leagues or when the woods are in. But it's just what it is. So he'll have Monk on with me tonight. And like I said, you can see there. Look, it's all usual baits, maggots, casters, worms. Put some sweet sensate in, because I think that's just awesome. I haven't quite done my bait. I haven't put my net in yet because it's windy, but I will. I've set 3 rods up. I've set 11 foot all round marvellous with 4,000 marvellous reel. We braid on, and that's for me short line, 25 to 30 metres. And then I've set 2 50 metre rods up if you can get there. I've set my normal 12 foot all round up and 5,000 marvellous reel. But I've set a rod up that I fell in love with, and it is a 12 foot power feeder. Now it's in the horizon range. Now it might say marvellous on it, but you'll see that it's like a next year model. But the actual main rod is in the horizon range, and it's a power. When I saw this rod, I just fell in love with it. It's what I call an Alan Taylor rod. He loves rods with a bit more power than I do. I like them a little bit softer. We're all different. And but so I've set them up today. I've set my power rod up because, trust me, that's going to be tough to get out there today. And I think you're going to have to be as far as you can. So I've set them up, and that's about it really. What I've got to do is just catch a few fish and hopefully win my section, and that's the idea, because it's on section point, and we'll see how we go. So So, look at that. I just can't believe how windy it is. I wasn't expecting it this windy. No boathouse there, look. Right, we'll get on with it. We'll let you know how we get on. Wish me luck, and we'll see how we get on. Well, that's the end of the first round, and I've had a bit of luck. But anyway, I've got a message for Ian Singlehurst. Are you listening, Ian? I've been next to your lad today, look. There he is. I've been next to him, he's been telling me all about you. And he's dry netted, which is his punishment for telling a story what he did to you in car. Out of order. I hope you thumped him, because you deserved to thump him what he did to you in that car. Oh, we've had a right laugh, honestly. Oh God, it's been brutal today. But anyway, Ian, all the best, my old pal, and I wish you all the best. Anyway, the fishing. So we've been smashed up with Howard. Howard won our little five pegger. I think it's 3 or 4, but it's fished horrific. Other side, entered a bite. Entered a bite there, and he's got a 6-ounce skim other side. And so I fished 50 and 33, and never had a sign, never an indication. And then Howard's got one out of blow, and couldn't see nothing being caught. They were headed down there, and somebody else just up there. They had 2 or 3. Never saw another fish caught, and honestly, it were brutal. And then Howard's had one on his short line, like 30 metres. So I've chucked on it with an hour and a half to go. And honestly, the rod has gone. Honestly, first cast, bumped it, come back with a scale at hook. I was gutted, honestly. I proper was. Oh, Jesus Christ. But then I saw another fish caught at that line 30 metres down there. And so I thought, I'm going to stick on that line now, because I'd had that indication. And no more signs. I've chucked in with half an hour to go, and at quarter it's gone, picked up, and I've got one £2. Only bite I've had, and it's put me second in my zone, in my section. So I'd have snapped your hand off for that, I'll be honest with you, because I thought it was a dry net day. It's fished really tough, but it's cold wind, but there's still odd little pockets of fish, which is quite weird, but in between nobody's caught out. Really quite weird. But anyway, first round I've got a second section, so, and I'll tell you something, with half an hour to go I'd have snapped your hand off for that. But that was the problem, because fish like that, I mean, Howard's had 3 or 4 outside of me, he's given me a good hiding, and he's fished a great match, and it's just weird. And I've just had that one that pulled rod, and it was like an eel bite, but it wasn't, because I come back with a scale, so it wanted to bite, but it wasn't done. And I've got one £2, so like I said, put me second, so I'm quite chuffed with that, to be honest with you, because I was thinking, if you've got a dry net, all of a sudden you've got 5 to count. Well, I've got a counter now, and like 4 wins in a second will win it you, something like that. So I've got my second, so we'll see how we go. So we'll see. And but I'm half an hour to go. I was like, but I must admit, we've had a right laugh. I can't grumble. And so we've had a good set of lads, we've had a laugh. But anyway, I've got a fish, so I'm happy. Right, just got back, and the fruit analyst, whatever you call it, got away with it really today. It was like the Iberian Masters, that it was brutal, and it's quite weird how it's fishing at the moment. It was like, I don't know, there's little pockets of fish, or some people are just doing it better than us, I'm not quite sure. But in our section there were 2 dry, out of 5, there were 2 dry nets. There were, I think, a 6 or 7 ounce fish. I had one with 15 minutes to go, and I would got 3 fish for £5 in one section. Other side of me didn't have one. So it's like, it's really weird. And then as you go further down, in low 20s, there's been, in that section, there's been 3 double figures. So I think they've caught a few fish in woods. But anyway, the main thing is I'm second in section, so got away. You got to be first or second. You're going to need, well, to win it, you're going to need maybe 5 wins or 4 wins in a second. So I've got away with it really. But I could have done out different. Not quite sure, to be honest with you. It's hard, isn't it, when you don't get any signs? I mean, an hour and a half ago that rod got pulled in, but that were obviously I don't know what happened, but it would definitely foul up because I come back with a scale. So it wanted to bite, but it told me there were fish there. And what happened was, I were on that sort of 30 metre line because Howard had a couple there, and I'd had that indication there, and I thought, right, I'm going to fish there till 1/2 with half an hour to go, and then I'm going to go long 50 metres and try and get one there last off. And about sort of 25 minutes, Aussie 3 down got one. And I thought, I'll just wait for him to see where he's going to choke. And he choked on his 30 metre line. So I wound back in and choked it back on my 30 metre line. And 15 minutes later, it's gone round. And I got one. And so otherwise, I'd have been out long line. And otherwise, I perhaps wouldn't have got one. So it were quite weird, really, how it were only because he got one that I actually, because I would have picked up the rod up and go long. But there's a lot of dry nets today, really strange. I don't know where that cold wind, it's gone water, gone cold, I'm not quite sure why, but it's a long time since I've been on there and not had a bite with 15 minutes to go, or some kind of skimmer, indications, something like that. But that's how it is sometimes, and like I said, I got away with it. And but I still feel a bit out of tune, I'll be honest with you. I think I need to go down a couple more times. But anyway, so I go second section, can't grumble. I'm giving him a chewy. Hopefully I can get round him with that. See if he's got Monk on with me today, but left him on his own today, so I don't know. He's probably got Monk on with me, probably won't talk to me the rest of the night. He's had that chewy and he's had it all day and he ain't had it, so I know he's not happy with me. But anyway, that's how he goes. So, in fact, with 15 minutes to go and I ain't got one, I was thinking my punishment is I've left him at home. And that's my punishment for not catching, but we got out of jail. But anyway, have a great night.